What's going on, guys? We are back with another video. It is a windy, cold day up here in Hayward, Wisconsin, and today's video is a little bit different. It's not going to be focused so much on the fish catching, but testing a new product which has kind of been out for a couple years now, and I've always been intrigued by it, and I've been using it a little bit this season, but haven't really had an afternoon or a day like today just to kind of come out and play around. Plus, I'm in need of a fish fry today, so we're going to keep a few fish as well. But the product we're going to be testing is the Gillotine. Now, if you guys have seen this or not, I don't know, I'll go ahead and link it down below. I'll run through it in this video and kind of show you what's up. It is an automatic jigging and hook setting device. So basically, I got to get it all set up here. I got to punch a few holes, and we're kind of on a smaller numbers lake here in Hayward, Wisconsin. We're going to be targeting both bluegills and crappies, looking to take home a fish fry. So I'm gonna get it all set up, kind of show you guys the ins and outs of what's going on, and then hopefully catch some fish, and then I'm gonna kind of run around jigging too. So stay tuned, we gotta get some stuff going on here, and we'll check back in with you in a second. Alright guys, so basically what the Gillotine is like I said, it's an automatic jigging system. It runs off a small battery concealed in this box. I'll probably do a little walkthrough at home just so you guys can probably get a little bit better understanding, because it's so cold and I just kind of want to get to fishing out here today. But it's got a rod holder. This is a lot like an automatic fisherman, which a lot of guys have probably seen, jaw jackers, stuff like that, and the fact that you set it up to set the hook, right? But in addition to that, I want to get my depth set correctly here. In addition to that, what it also does is it will also jig for you. So I already have a pre-programmed jigging setting going here, and you can see it's now starting to jig. And now basically what we do is we just kind of wait for a fish to bite it, and you guys will kind of see how it works here. But there's a whole bunch of preset jigging cadences on here. This is kind of one that I kind of like for bluegills and crappies. All I got it on there is just a little tungsten jig, and I'm tipped with a just a waxy down there. And what this does, you can see it's swimming in. You can set another cadence where it's a little bit more, you know, bigger swings and stuff like that. But really all we're doing here, like I said, I gotta clear some of this slush out of my hole, is it's an automatic jigging system. So it's just moving that bait down there, and obviously the goal is the fish bites. And what's gonna happen when a fish bites, it's gonna pop this little deal here, and boom, we got them just like that. So, and then you get obviously a notification that there's a fish on there. So I'm gonna go ahead, drop it back down here, get it in position, and then we're gonna wait and see what happens. So that's the deal. It's a pretty cool little deal for sure. Now I gotta punch some more holes and get to jigging. There's one. Not fishing super deep water. There's a nice little crappie. Nothing big, but a ton of numbers in this lake. There we go. Crappie number one there. All right, guys, fish on. I don't know how big it is. Oh, bluegill, look at that. First one of the day here. He absolutely choked it. That is impressive, you know, I'm just running that little tungsten on there. That one popped it good. Just a little waxy on there. That is exactly what we wanted to see. You know, I only had this thing set up for probably about a minute, and was gonna go drill some other holes, and then it popped up and he got it good. Beauty. It's probably a nice 7.5 inch gill there. We'll let him go. Back down for more. Oh, look at that. Fish on. Look at that, another nice bluegill. You know, not real big ones, but if you were keeping fish, these are some good eater size ones. You know, 7.5 to 8.5 kind of. On that little hammered tungsten. I was actually just coming out to see if I was gonna switch programs or not, and it appears I won't have to. Oh, nice little bluegill there. got a fish on. Didn't take too long, I just moved this thing. Another nice bluegill there. Not a giant, but I am to keep a few for a fish fry tonight. As I don't think I've really kept hardly any fish this winter. Nice 7.5 inch heater bluegill. I actually kind of out jigging around on a few different spots and found a few nice fish over here, and moved the Gillotine over here and immediately caught one, so can't complain about that. And we got another fish on, not very big. He's right here. What is another crappie? We'll take that. He's not a big one. He's about a 9-incher there, but it's good to see it working on crappies. On the previous spot, all I caught was gills. Send her back down, and I'm only going to give it a little bit longer because there is one other thing I kind of want to do today, but. Oh, there we go, another crappie. Definitely more of a crappie spot here. Take that. Fish in about 8 feet of water. The fish are very close to the ice. That's why the fights are not lasting very long. And they are also not very big crappies, but a great place to come out and test this thing. That's kind of why I wanted to come here. Get this thing right back set up because there's just a mountain of fish down there right now. Pretty easy to set up once we kind of click it in. Just hit the reset and we are right back to jigging. Another fish on. This is a nice bluegill here. Take that. Not a giant, but another good eater. Gonna keep him. I have not had bluegill in years. So I know that one's only about 7.5, but he's a nice thick one. All I'm doing, like I said, is just throwing waxies on here. This is actually a Acme hammered tungsten. The silver, I kind of went with the lightest size, thinking that with a little bit of movement this thing's doing, that it'll kind of give it the best, just kind of float down there. You could probably run a big tungsten, but this seems to be working all right for sure. Well guys, that is gonna wrap it up for me out here on the lake today. But we're gonna go home and we're gonna talk about this thing. It's so cold out today that I'd much rather kind of show you the ins and outs of this thing inside, and kind of walk you through the process of rigging and changing the settings and the remotes and all the pump and all that good stuff. So it's a pretty cool unit. So I got my little fish fry. I caught a bunch more fish than I actually kept. I kept 7 crappies and bluegills. So we're gonna go home, clean some fish up, and I'll kind of walk you guys through this. What I like about it, where I think it works good and stuff like that. So stay tuned. We're gonna pick up quick and run back home. All right guys, so we're back at home now. We're out of the cold. You know, I didn't fish for a super long time today, but the goal was mainly just to see if this thing caught fish, see what it was about, see what I thought about it, stuff like that. And I've used it kind of periodically over the course of the last couple months, but today was kind of the first day I really got to play around, move it around, do some different things with it. And it is a pretty impressive unit, I will say that, but I'll kind of give you guys the rundown on what's going on here. I mean, this is the brains of the unit right here, this box, right? On the back end, it's a lot like an automatic fisherman, jaw jacker, stuff like that. You know, jaw jackers the way they work, automatic fisherman the way they work. There's either a clip or a deal like this here where it pulls down on the line right here on the bait and it sets the hook. This works a little bit different. So the unit is on right now, but it is not set. So this is your trigger on the Gillotine. Basically, you pull this down and it'll fire once it's set, right? Now, obviously the difference between this and a jaw jacker automatic fisherman is that this also jigs for you, right? And the crazy part is that it has 20 different programs, and also you can customize programs to make more. So I'm just gonna set it on a program here. The one that I was using today, Alright, so this is obviously the cool part about this, is that it does the jigging for you, right? This is preset number 13, one of the ones I was using today, which is called Swim. And basically what Swim is, as you can see, if you just watch the jig here, kind of does a couple of jigs, and then it kind of just does this hopping in place, right? You can see that tungsten jumping up and down. That's the arm that's moving it. Obviously, it kind of does a big pop, then it does a smaller pop, and then it kind of does these swimming moves back and forth. And that one was working well for me today. And that one caught a bunch of fish. Obviously there's, 19 other options you can choose from, plus you can do customized settings too. So pretty cool system. Now when a fish bites, basically what'll happen is I'll just go ahead and grab the line here, and what it's going to do is it's going to lift this, and at that same time it's going to set the hook. So I'll do it here. I got the line, it's going to pop that up, boom, hook is set in the fish, right? It gives you an alarm on the system, gives you a beep. And the unit also comes with a remote too, which if you're far away, it'll keep beeping like that, you can hear, to let you know that you obviously have a fish, right? All right, so let's say you want to change programs, right? Whatever you're doing is not working, and you want to switch up the jigging cadence. That's what the programs are. They're pre-programmed jigging cadences. So what I'll do, you can do it on the remote or right on the unit. I'm going to go program, and we're going to set it to 15 here. This is one pre-programmed for a jigging wrap, or probably a spoon, so it's probably going to be a little bit more aggressive. So you can see it does a big rip up, slows it back down on a controlled fall, and that's the deal with that one. We'll show you again. A fish is going to bite, boom, fish on, right? Automatic sets the hook, you get the alarm. So pretty cool deal. Obviously worked for me. One thing I kind of want to mention, if you're going to use this, is the rod's important, just like fishing an automatic fisherman or a jack jacker. You need a very moderate, slow action rod, a rod that bends a lot down in here. You can't use like a super stiff graphite rod, but Gillotine, they have rods that you can use. Otherwise, a lot of your very slow action, medium light action rods will be good for this. And one thing I'm really excited to do with this, obviously it works for bluegills and crappies like we showed today, is fish dead bait for pike. I think this is going to be phenomenal for fishing dead bait for pike. Dead bait's a super productive way to catch a big pike, right? Well, we're going to throw like a 36-inch medium weight rod in here, a rod that's got some backbone, and we'll throw this on like that twitch one where it just has that dead Cisco down there just kind of going like this, and I think that's going to be absolutely killer. I know guys have success on these, like on Winnebago, doing like the jigging wraps, which is pretty impressive that the fish will just bite a jigging wrap based off this. Like I said, all I was doing today was tipping it with waxies, and it was still pretty impressive. It's basically an additional line. Is it effective as somebody jigging? Who knows? But is it close? Probably, right? And that's kind of the big thing there for me. Well, that was just kind of the rundown on basically what these are. Like I said, I've been playing with them a little bit throughout the season, but today was kind of my first day to really go out and play around with one, and kind of move it around spot to spot to spot and see what it did in front of both crappies and bluegills. And it did catch both. I caught more bluegills than crappies. When I was jigging, I caught more crappies than bluegills. So I don't know if that's a trend or what. But interesting, definitely an effective way to fish. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys have one, if you guys would consider having one. I think they're pretty cool overall. And the next thing I want to do is I want to take it out and try it on some pike, because I think that's going to be really interesting on dead bait, but we'll see. I got a few days left of season to do it now. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video was enjoyable for you guys. And yeah, like I said, I don't know where I'm going to be next, and if you have not yet, please subscribe and stay tuned for much more content. I don't know whether we're going to be on the ice for much longer or if I'm going to be in a boat soon, but stay tuned, and yeah, watch out for the next video. Thanks, guys.